I still remember the day we planned our dream family cruise, the one that was supposed to be the perfect getaway before my wedding. My fiancé, Mark, and my maid of honor, Chloe, were my two favorite people, and I couldn't wait to share this experience with them. We spent hours poring over cruise brochures, picking out the perfect itinerary, and imagining all the amazing memories we'd make together. My family was thrilled, and my mom even cried happy tears when we showed her the wedding dress I'd chosen. It was all just so perfect. As the big day approached, I found myself getting more and more excited. I had one final dress fitting scheduled, and then we'd be off on our adventure. But as I was leaving the fitting, I realized I'd forgotten my credit card at home. I decided to swing by and grab it, thinking I'd be in and out in no time. That's when I saw Mark's car parked outside Chloe's apartment. My heart skipped a beat as I wondered what he was doing there. Chloe was supposed to be working late, and Mark was supposed to be, well, I didn't know what he was supposed to be doing, but it wasn't hanging out at Chloe's place. I approached the apartment, my mind racing with possibilities. Maybe they were just watching a movie or something. But as I got closer, I noticed that the balcony door was slightly open. And that's when I saw them, Mark and Chloe, passionately kissing in the living room. I felt like I'd been punched in the gut. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't think. All I could do was stand there, frozen in shock, as they laughed and whispered to each other. They were talking about the cruise, about how it was the perfect alibi. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I managed to snap out of my trance long enough to pull out my phone and record a short video. I needed proof, something to remind myself that this was real. As I watched them, my heart breaking into a million pieces, I felt a cold calm wash over me. I knew what I had to do. I quietly turned around and left, leaving them to their little secret. The rest of the night is a blur. I remember canceling the cruise, one phone call at a time, deposits, flights, group booking, everything. I spent hours on the phone, my voice shaking with rage and hurt. But I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just methodically went about destroying our perfect little family vacation. And when I was done, I sent Mark a text, a bland little message about how I couldn't wait for the trip. I wanted to keep up the charade to make him think everything was fine. The day of the cruise arrived, and my family gathered at the airport, excited and confused. Mark and Chloe arrived separately, acting like nothing was wrong. I put on a show, feigning panic, as I told them that the cruise line had canceled our trip due to overbooking. I lied about the refunds, telling them that I'd been denied. My family was frustrated, but they had no idea what was really going on. We made our way to the airport lounge, where the tension was palpable. My family was getting angrier by the minute, and I could feel the storm brewing. And that's when I remembered the video. I pulled out my phone and played it for my sister, who gasped loud enough for everyone to hear. The phone got passed around, and soon everyone had seen the incriminating evidence. Chaos erupted. My dad confronted Mark, his face red with rage. Chloe was shunned by her mutual friends, who couldn't believe what she'd done. And I just sat there calm and collected as the drama unfolded. But then I dropped the bombshell. I'd actually gotten full refunds for the cruise. and I rebooked a solo trip for myself with the money. Mark was left to deal with the angry, stranded group, and I just smiled sweetly as I walked away. As I sat on the beach, sipping a cocktail and watching the sunset, I finally felt at peace. I posted photos from my solo trip on social media, tagged Harmacruise, and waited for the messages to roll in. My family was supportive, thanking me for being strong and taking care of myself. And Mark? He was begging for forgiveness, pleading with me to take him back. But I knew I deserved better. As I raised my glass in a toast, I realized that sometimes the toughest decisions are the ones that set us free. I thought about all the what ifs, all the maybes, and all the could haves. But in the end, it was simple. I deserved to be loved and respected, and I wouldn't settle for anything less. The cruise may have been canceled, but my journey to self-discovery and empowerment had just begun. And as I took a sip of my drink, feeling the warm sun on my skin, I knew that I was exactly where I was meant to be.